Greetings, people. I want to do a little voiceover. It won't be long-winded. I just want to insert a couple things here. I did a video this morning, and I was waiting for my friend to basically go hit the gym, but I wanted to talk about something that was on my mind. But this is a very interesting topic, and I want you guys to pay close attention to this. I'm going to be inserting some things that I think I want to make points on, and yeah, stay tuned. I'm going to make a little quick video here before I go smash some weights. I want you to look at something carefully, okay? You know how they say Jesus was a messenger. Jesus is the Son of God, right? When you look at the Son, you get light codes, right? This is your messenger, all right? And when you look at the Son, you're basically looking at yourself. When you have a son or a daughter, all right? Your son or your daughter are born in a hospital and you have to sign a birth certificate. Now you go home with your child, okay? But is your child actually really yours? It's just like you have a social security number. It's more or less like a serial number. So you are basically owned by the government. Your child, yeah. And this is where the whole thing of sovereignty comes in, because you're basically owned by the government. But when you become a sovereign being, then you are basically this is basically really being born again of the Father. This is basically the authority, the author of your life. You know what I'm saying? You have now dominion over the rest of the animal kingdom. Your child doesn't have the maturity to do that. In fact, doesn't matter if it's a little boy or a little girl. They're still part of feminine energy, and it needs to be guided by the masculine energy. A lot of adults are adults, but it doesn't mean that they are truly real men, because they're at the mercy of something. A true masculine energy is self-sustaining, like the sun. It's self-sustaining, where it doesn't need anything outside of itself. But this is also manifested as far as Mother Nature. Mother Nature doesn't need man, but man needs Mother Nature. Yet that's feminine, right? Which I'm gonna get into here in this video. Yeah, you go home with your child, but any little thing that goes against the rules, then you could potentially have your child taken away from you, right? They call that child protective custody. And it's funny because it's like pretty much with anything. You don't really own your house. You know what I'm saying? If you stop paying taxes on your house, they'll take your house away regardless if you paid it all off and everything. So nothing really belongs to you. Your child really doesn't belong to you. But if you think about what the child is also an independent soul. But I'm going to make that in another video. They tell you that in order for your child to participate in any kind of activities, they have to go and get a bookload of vaccines. They have to participate in a system in a specific way, such as the education system, the religious system, and whatnot. It's almost like a club, and it ain't yours. Like you're not, this is a club that you're participating in, right? You're a member of this club. You're representing this club. But in order for you to be part of this club, you would have to play by the rules. Okay, and it starts from like childhood with the education system, the vaccines and all that fly stuff, right? Can you become a person who, even in the Bible, it says you're in the world but not of it, where you're operating in this system as a sovereign being, right? Does your body really belong to you? No, because I mean, when you die, you leave it right behind with this very system that you are basically operating in. So you don't take anything with you. It doesn't matter how much money you've gained, how much, anything in the physical. You leave it all behind with your body, because your body is basically everything. Your body is everything, because without your body, you wouldn't experience anything here. So your body is this system, this matrix that you're experiencing. The flesh is the body of Christ, but Christ is a consciousness. The reason I say it's a consciousness and nothing else but that, in the Bible it tells you treat your neighbor as you would yourself. Do unto others as you would want done unto you, right? But you're doing this because it's what you already are. It's kind of like a rich person. You have a rich person and you have a poor person. They have totally different consciousness. And based on that consciousness, they make certain choices and decisions, right? Certain decisions keep people poor, certain decisions keep people rich. But it's a conscious, abundant mentality. So Christ consciousness does unto others as they would want done unto them, because they are truly Christian. They are truly Christ or God men. They see the God in others because they recognize the God in themselves first. So you treat others as gods, but others are going to treat you as gods as long as you treat yourself as God first. How often do you lie to yourself? How often do you not stay disciplined toward your virtues and principles that you assigned for yourself, right? A lot of people just do good, but it's all coming out of fear. They're afraid they'll go to jail, or they're afraid that they're going to go to hell. But it's not truly in them to do it unconditionally. Like if you give money to a poor person, is you doing that egotistically, or are you truly doing that with unconditional love? You're not even thinking about anything other than helping that person. A lot of people do that because they think that they're going to go to heaven, or they think that the universe, which is another fancy word for God, is going to grant them gifts because they helped the poor person. All you did was just sell the experience. So you sold it. It wasn't really an unconditional, pure of heart space, right? You did it with expectations. So that's not unconditional love. So I've made many videos on it. When you look at the sun, the sun is as much yours as your child is, but you're looking at the mirror image of yourself when you look at the sun. Your body being the body of Christ, right? So if your body is the body of Christ, your body is the messenger. This is why you come and you make videos. But aside from it being the messenger, I want you to think about something though. When you have gut feelings, when you have an intuitive feeling, anything that that feeling arises within you, right? Where does that come from? It's telling you something. And your gut feeling, your intuition never lies to you. Right? When you start putting thought or overthinking things, that's of the lie. You could do it as the messenger, or you could do it as the Luciferian type of messenger, and it's all basically more or less ego driven. Why do I say Luciferian? You notice how in the book it says Adam and Eve came out the rib cage of men. In that rib cage, you see a cage like a prison cell, all right, is the heart. And your woman is your heart. Your heart is the projection that you are basically experiencing here in this reality. So you are projecting the feminine energy. That's what you're projecting. You're actually living in the physical manifestation of feminine energy. This is your heart. When you get a girlfriend or a wife, she's your heart. Oh, you are my world. You are lighting up this reality. Why do you light up this reality, right? And you're driven by emotions. This is why that awareness is important. This is the Christ consciousness. Okay? So you are projecting the woman. And it's manifested as what you're experiencing here as the matrix. Okay? When you experience a woman, you're experiencing the physical manifestation of God in the negative feminine form, which is yourself. You are the man. Okay? It doesn't matter if it's a man or a woman. The woman is expressing the same exact physical manifestation of feminine energy. She is just a kind of man. She is the negative polarity of man. And it can only be that way in order for you to experience this reality, because if not, you would have no experience. Here, check this. I mean, when you have sex with a woman, you're experiencing the woman, right? But everything is basically sex here. Everything is sex. You're having sex even when you talk with somebody, right? It's an energy exchange. But there has to be good chemistry or bad chemistry. You get what I'm saying? So when you're experiencing your world, you're either having sex or you're making love. So that's why they say love is the answer to everything, because love is the glue that holds everything together, including the things you hate. And the thing is that the things you love them and are there only because of the things you hate. Because how would you know what you truly love if you don't have something to contrast it against? How do you know what's good or something good if you don't have something bad to contrast it against? And it's not really even about eradicating anything. It's either integration or loving whatever is bad as well, because of that bad, you're experiencing what you consider good. So when you talk to people, you have the art of persuasion, like when you're trying to sell something to somebody, right? Marketing, that's sexual. And you're really selling yourself first. This is what you call building a rapport. So when you make love to someone, you don't expect anything in return. You're truly trying to help an individual. But in this system, we are under a monetary system. And in order for you to thrive, you have to make money. But you see, this is the thing though. This is why I said it's not about eradicating one or the other. Because even though money truly has no value, it is still something that we need. It's a useful tool that we have to use. So it's not like you're doing anything for money, but you're doing it unconditionally. You're doing whatever you want to do. That's more of you're taking order, authority, and charge. That's masculine. And then the money follows. So the money will just be an effect. Because even though it has no value, it's powerful because of the interest that people have in it. Which I've made videos on already too. There has to be a chemistry, negative and positive. You can't have a solution without chemistry. Everything here is chemistry. You can have a conversation with somebody, and in order for that conversation to be harmonious and long lasting, it would have to be good chemistry. If you want to have sex with somebody, good chemistry. If you want to have a healthy child, good chemistry. If you want to have a healthy body, good chemistry. You introduce bad chemistry to the body, you have bad chemistry. You have bad expression of cellular, expression or genetic expression. If you consume corrupted information and you're not aware of what's going into your mind, because you're not aware, then you will have a bad life. And I say bad only for the sake of conversation, because there really is no bad and good. Because what one would consider a bad life, another would consider a good life. Who's the one that determines what's bad and good? It would be you, which means you are God. So the sun is a messenger, light codes, downloads, right? But that sun, that moon, the stars, the planet, everything you know of in this experience is manifested out of you. It's in you, otherwise it wouldn't be there. When you listen to information, you determine what's truth and what's not truth. One truth could be, true to you, whilst your truth may be a lie to somebody else. But yet somehow they can both experience the reality and be balanced and harmonious in their stance and what they believe is truth. It's funny how you got flat earthers and round earthers. The truth, their basically experience is what they stand on, and they live harmoniously through that. They even use that information and want to weaponize it and then start going and debating other people. There's people, you see, this is the thing. You could be a very spiritual person here in this reality where the physical doesn't really matter, but whatever experiences physically you have, you're spiritual, so you manifest it out of the spiritual realm, right? So you're a more spiritual person. You go into basically the spiritual realm with awareness, and you will experience your physical reality in that way, right? So things will just come to you more than you having to chase something, right? So you're more magnetic. That's more feminine. Or you could be very physical, where you are a go-getter You will go and work very, very hard to accomplish your goals. Very ambitious. But that's a very physical, masculine trait. So you're more of a physical person. But you could both live in this experience harmoniously. Only one is doing something one way while the other one is doing it a different way. So it's not what you do, but how you do it, right? Is one right or wrong? No, you're just doing things differently. You know how I know the masculine has taken over the feminine? Because if you look at how we look at ancient technology, right? Once upon a time, we built pyramids a certain way, where theoretically, yeah, you could replicate it now, but it would take too much resources. It would be a long process, and then you would have to figure out what its uses are for. Because even till today, they have a lot of theories about what the pyramids are for, but there's a lot more depth to what the pyramids are for. A lot more. And at one point in time, we didn't need these physical tools. Our body was the tool. And we were able to do things that we forgot how to use because we stopped using it. It just atrophied. See, at one point, I remembered a bunch of phone numbers, and that was before the smartphone days. Now these smartphones come out, and now the smartphones remember the phone numbers for me. So you see what I'm saying? Like, it's just a different way of doing things. But these phones, these computers, AI is all created in the image of man. While the same way we say man created in the image of God. So we stopped using our mind, our imagination, our bodies, because we use computers now. Whenever you want to find something out, the first thing people do is go to Google. You know, computers get things done for us. Robotics get things done for us a lot easier, right? But it requires resources. And then we say that the woman is no longer needed because man is the labor, and without men, society wouldn't exist. You see? They're both absolutely needed. But I hear a lot of videos, and, you know, like I said, even if you look up, can we replicate the pyramids today? It'll still say the word theoretically, which means it's still a theory. That in theory we could do it. But it's not just the construction of the pyramids, how the inner chambers align a certain way, how the pyramids were aligned, you know, perfectly to certain star constellation. It's like, it's impressive because this is ancient technology, right? So we were more God people. We stopped being God people, right? To merge with AI, right? At one point we were God people. We stopped being God people to merge with humanity, right? And then we built robotics, AI, and then we stopped being human and we go more toward technology. This is basically you now losing your humanity. Like when you watch profanity online, you lose your humanity because you lose connection with the feminine energy. I remember back then, even that was done through magazines and certain pictures, but you would still be using your imagination, right? Now we stop using our imagination because these profanity videos just get straight to the point. And then you lose connection with people here. You see? So, and think about this. Now we got metaverse, the goggles, AI, virtual reality, totally, completely taking over your mind. But anyway, that's all I got for this video. I'll make another video tying something else in because I'm about to go smash some weights. We will talk soon. So yeah, that's all I got for this video. If you have any questions, comments. You know what's funny though? I even mentioned in this video that you're projecting the feminine energy, like the feminine in man. And then when you realize that you are projecting the feminine energy, then you are the controller now. You're not getting emotional or reactionary over the things that happen in your life. That's being born again of the Father, right? You're truly in charge of your masculine energy. In charge means conductor, conducive. You know what I'm saying? It's in power now, the masculine energy, but only because the feminine is properly guided. Why would it not be feminine? You ever hear people say life's a bitch? Life's a bitch because life is feminine. You see growth coming out of feminine, but it's backed up by the masculine. This is why if you look and appeal to nature, and the reason I do is because you're a product of nature. And when you look at nature, nature doesn't need man, but man needs nature, right? Man supposedly is masculine, right? But man is just an animal. And you'll see that animal expressed in the positive or negative form, in the form of the what we call gender. Positive or negative expression. But like, share, subscribe. We'll talk soon.